everyone, welcome back to Business Central Musings, or welcome if it's your first time on my YouTube channel. I'm covering here Business Central, what Microsoft releases with each wave, and technical topics and functional topics, and any other ideas I might come up with related to Business Central. In this video, I will cover what Microsoft released earlier this year in March 2025 in the release Business Central 2025 Wave 1. And today's topic is around new Copilot features in Business Central 2025. And you can see behind me here we have AutoFill fields with Copilot, and the other feature I want to cover is the Summarize records with Copilot. We can see here on what's new in Business Central page what AutoFill does. First of all, it works on cards and on documents. It doesn't work on lists. It doesn't work on worksheets. And it doesn't work on setup pages. Also, we're not going to see Copilot autofill functionality on non-editable fields, obviously, because we want some help. And if it's a non-editable field, then users can't use it, and neither Copilot. Factbox also, we cannot really get help from Copilot. Multi-line text fields, must fields with passwords and secrets, date and time fields, switches, which is basically Boolean fields, and record-like IDs and numbers from a series. So these are all places where Copilot autofill functionality is not going to work. And as you can see here, we have the fields that are available for autofill will have a sparkle icon. And once you click on it, the system will be able to, or not be able to, provide you some values. And those values are based on what Copilot learns from you as a user, what are your usual values for those fields, or options you choose for different fields, for various fields. And later, from 26.3, which is coming next month, in July 2025, we're going to have Copilot use Bing to collect and suggest values for some fields. And let's have a look at let's do an overview of what Copilot, where Copilot capabilities exist in Business Central, and that's in Copilot and Agent capabilities. So if we click on this page, we recognize, and I covered some of these features in previous videos, but we recognize the chat that's been for longer than a year, analyze list, we can chat with the Copilot, we can ask Copilot to help us design an ad hoc analysis. We didn't discuss yet about Summarize. This is a new feature, and AutoFill. These two, Summarize and AutoFill, are brand new with version 26. So since this spring 2025, spring 2025. Number series suggestion, that's a little bit older. Sales order agent, that's also have been previously released. E-document matching assistance, again, it's a bit older. Sales line suggestion, that was released last year. where we can enter a text in a sales document, and Copilot can analyze the text and suggest sales lines, and create product information, so marketing text basically, for items. So I mean, yes, you can deactivate these features from it. So let's go into fill up autofill functionality. Let's create a new customer using customer person template, and let's enter a name. We see here the autofill sparkle icon. We can click on it, but the name is a field that's quite unique. Copilot can't really learn too much. People have different names, and it's not gonna be helping us here. Let's add it here. Let's add the name, Anna, and for the credit limit, the first editable field here, let's click on it. Let's see if Copilot learned anything. It didn't learn anything. It doesn't know too much about it. One combination of keys is Alt and Up arrow. That's going to show you either the tooltip of the field, so Alt and Up arrow, or possible values right now, or possible suggested values, and right now we don't have anything, but let's put here 1500 for the credit limit. Let's add an address, 6000 Maidenstone Street, city Tampa, and the state Florida, and here let's put 33200. As you can see, we didn't get too much help on this first customer, and so far we don't see any summarize fact box. Normally it should come up here. Let's see one existing customer. Let's look at Adatom Corporation, and as we open up the page, the summary fact box appears here, and we can see information about the balance due. We see total sales for the fiscal year, and the profit, and ongoing sales orders with a total value. Let's see some more. The summary expands now to the Copilot pane on the right hand side, and we get a few more things. Average collection period is 36.8 days. So that's on an existing customer that has ongoing documents, and also paid documents and posted documents. So Copilot can make up some summary if there is data. But let's go to Anna and let's see if maybe Copilot changed its mind. And it looks like it changed its mind, even though this is a brand new customer. It wants to calculate the summary, even though there is no document yet. And indeed it tells us that there is not enough data to show us a summary. But initially when we first insert the record, there is no summary. Let's go and create a new customer. Let's see when Copilot will start. Let's put on N2. Let's see if this time, what I want to say is that on the decimal fields, the sparkle appears on the left hand side, whereas if we remove N, the text fields, the sparkle icon appears on the right hand side. So let's have N2 here, Now let's see if Copilot learned anything from our behavior, and still nothing. But let's try to train it and show Copilot that we usually on a new customer we initialize the credit limit with 1500, and let's say 5001 Maidens on street. We use the same street, and we're gonna use the same town and the same state, and we're gonna use the same zip code, which I don't even know if it's the correct zip code for the state of Florida and for Tampa. Again, we don't have the summary here. Let's try creating a new one. We know we're not gonna get too much help from the Copilot for the name, but let's see on the third customer if it learned anything. And we see now in italic, Copilot is suggesting us 1500, and we can say yes, we like this suggestion, we can keep it, or we can ignore it, and we click on the X here. But let's keep it for now. 1500 is one of our suggestions. Let's use now Alt and up arrow on this field to see if we get anything. And we get here the credit limit, the tooltip for the credit limit, still not the suggestions, the previous suggestions. 5002 Maidenstone Street. Let's see if it can suggest now the street, the city. And indeed, let's see if Alt and up arrow is now giving us the suggestion is based, the Tampa suggestion is based on the fact that this is a frequent choice. This is the most frequently used value for this type of field in your company. And we like it, so we're gonna accept it, and we like this one as well. And again, there is no summary. Let's go back now to Anna, the first customer we created, and we see the system is calculating a summary, but again, there is no data, so it's not going to be able to calculate anything. Let's create a document and see if that changes in any way the summary. We see on the document also the AutoFill suggestion, but I don't think this is going to be giving us anything because it's a Kronos database. I didn't work as much here, but look at it. It does give us a salesperson and a campaign number, which we don't really recognize. Let's see, do we have any campaigns here? Yes, we have some existing campaigns. So that's, let's say this looks good. Assigned user ID admin, this is me. So if we want to create a document with suggested lines, we can use this Copilot action here, suggest sales lines. We can say 1 Athena desk and 2 let's see what we have here. One Athena desk and 2 London chairs. So 1 Athena desk and 2 London chairs. Let's generate. And the suggested lines look good to me, and I'm going to transfer them from this temporary place into actual sales lines. And we got the 2 sales lines. We also have a total, so this seems like good to go. Order. Let's ship it and invoice it. It all looks good. So now let's go back to our customer, because now we've got some financial data for our customer, and we're gonna see soon here the summary fact box. And we now see the sales order, total sales of $1,381, and the profit is $304. There is no payment yet, but we can get show more, and we're gonna get now more information about financial data for this customer. This functionality works based on the experience Copilot collects with you on different pages as a user. We're gonna see autofill on cards and on documents like sales order or sales invoice, but we're not gonna see it on lists or worksheets, or even worksheets or pages like general journal. You can always override the suggested values. You can see the suggested values with Alt and Up arrow after you overwrote those values. The Copilot, the autofill and the summary, they do not appear in the application, in the base application, or if we look at customer cart, we don't see any image sparkle or anything that, like, we don't see it on the name, and we know we had a Copilot sparkle image. We don't see it in the code here. We don't see it in the name too. We don't see it in the search. There is nothing to suggest that the Copilot code is in the base application, and it's nowhere else. It's in the platform. Plus that we can see, let's see, on a new customer. As we hover over the fields, the editable fields that have the Copilot capability, the autofill capability, the icon disappears as we reappears as we hover over. So that's most likely conducted via the platform. The upcoming changes, there are some new upcoming functionality around Copilot in update 26.3, which is in a few weeks from now. Copilot will automatically search the web for information and provide suggestions for customers or vendors, contact details, product codes, and similar fields that typically contain public information. You must enable Bing search from the Copilot and agent capabilities. So soon in 26.3, we should see in the Copilot and agent capabilities enable Bing search. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.